Alright, 999 back here once again. Now it is time for game 16 of my Modern Jeopardy for the Wii. I have a 15-game win total. $4,792,000. Where we are at that $4,792,000? Let's find out. Creating games for the Congress Jeopardy created Scintillating in 1984.
This is Jeopardy! Okay, let's get back into this. Player one, you make the next selection as we continue. While pointing the Wii remote at the screen,
categories are the Animal Kingdom, Parts of Speech, American History, Let's Celebrate, I Need More Space, and Classical Composers. Let's do I Need More Space for 200.
At KFC, you can lunch on chicken. At KSC, this place, you can lunch with an astronaut.
What is the Kennedy Space Center?
Okay, player one, use the Wii remote or press the corresponding direction on the plus control. That is correct. You get to pick again, player one.
Need More Space for 400.
This Mattel doll became an astronaut in 1965, perhaps inspiring the young Sally Ride. Player one.
Who is Barbie?
You are correct.
Need More Space for
We return
600.
to you, player one. Now available again, Quisp, which has a space alien mascot, is a type of this breakfast food.
What is cereal?
Let's hear it, player one. Yes. Choose again, player one.
Need More Space for 800.
This TV series wasn't about the Swiss Family Robinson, but the Space Family Robinson.
I have the movie of it on DVD. It's Lost. What is Lost in Space?
Oh, you're right.
And let's finish up the category. Need More Space for 1,000.
This 1956 film was a sci-fi version of The Tempest. Robbie the Robot was inspired by Ariel.
What is
Let's hear it, player
one.
one.
Brave New World. What is Grand Planet?
Good.
American History no card up to $3,000.
You pick again, please.
Let's do American History for 200.
After General Cornwallis surrendered at Yorktown, this American traitor accompanied him back to England.
Who was Benedict Arnold?
It's player one. That's it.
American History for 400.
Player one, back to you. In 1898, Americans were urged to remember the battleship named for this state. It sank in Havana Harbor.
Let's see where
Player one.
someone I work with is from. What is the Maine? Remember the Maine.
Yes.
What is Maine?
Select again.
American History for 600.
This January 1st, 1863 document liberated all slaves in regions still under Confederate control.
What is the Emancipation
Okay.
Proclamation?
Yep. You again, player one.
American History for 800.
The New Deal refers to the economic recovery and social reforms implemented by this U.S. president.
He was the longest serving president,
Yes, player one.
to a third and fourth term. It was FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Right you are. Please pick again, player one.
And the space shop category, American History for 1,000. But if there wasn't a Need More Space, it's in American history.
In 1609,
No.
this captain was injured in a gunpowder explosion and lost his leadership role in Jamestown.
Who is John Smith?
Okay, player one. That is correct.
With that tax drag I don't follow, and we can total up to
Pick again.
$6,000. Let's celebrate for 200.
The patron saint of lovers is honored on this annual holiday.
What is Valentine's Day?
Let's hear it, player one. Right. We return to you, player one.
Let's celebrate for 400.
Former U.S. Senator Gaylord Nelson founded this annual observance devoted to the environment.
What is Earth Day?
It's player one. Right. Please pick again, player one.
Let's celebrate for 600.
Customs on this 121st day of the year include dancing around a pole and giving basket to friends and family.
What is May Day?
Player one. Select again.
Let's celebrate for 800.
Collecting money for UNICEF on this holiday was begun in 1950 by a Philadelphia Sunday school class.
What is Halloween?
Yes, player one.
And
You
finally,
again, player one.
let's celebrate for 1,000. And there it is, Daily Double.
Answer, the Daily Double. You are in first place. What will it be?
Alex, I'd like to make this a true Daily Double. That is for $16,000 I think. 16,000.
And the Daily Double clue, meaning a coming. It's the period before Christmas that begins on the Sunday nearest to November 30th.
What is... I think it's Yule or Advent. Yeah, what is Advent?
That puts you even further ahead.
So now up to $16,000.
Player one.
Alright, so the evocative parts of speech and classical closest to deal with. Let's do parts of speech for 200.
Dream when you're feeling blue. Dream. That's the thing to do. Dream.
What's a noun?
Let's hear it, player one.
Dream. To dream. I'll go with noun. What is noun?
No, that's not right.
It's a verb.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response?
Down to 15,800. Can you say anybody again? No.
We're talking about a verb. Player one, you pick again, please.
Parts of speech for 400.
Rodney Dangerfield said, "When I was born, I was so ugly, the doctor slapped my mother." Ugly. Yes, player one.
What is an adjective?
Player one, back to you.
Parts of speech for 600.
I killed a man in Reno just to watch him die. In
What's a preposition?
player one? Yeah, that's correct. Player one, back to you for our next selection.
Parts of speech for 800.
We know you're very smart, but are you smart enough to know? Very.
What's an adverb?
Okay, player one. Good. Choose again, player
Parts of
one.
speech for 1,000.
So when you're happy, hooray, or sad, aw, or frightened, eek, or mad, rats. Hooray, aw, eek, rats. It's player one.
What are interjections?
Yes.
Now we're up to $16,600.
You pick again, please.
Let's do Animal Kingdom for 200.
The Norway type of this infuriating rodent actually originated in Asia. Player 1.
Actually, that's 18,600. I think it's Norway rat. What is rat?
Good for you. We return to you, Player 1.
Animal Kingdom for 400.
The eyes of these croaking critters usually bulge, but they retract and push down on the mouth to help in swallowing.
Well, frogs.
It's Player 1. You got it. Choose again, Player 1.
Animal Kingdom for 600.
The hermit type of this animal can twist its abdomen to one side, so it tucks neatly into its home.
That's a crab.
Okay, Player 1. That's right, way to go. Player 1, pick again.
Animal Kingdom for 800.
This large prickly rodent gets its name from the French for spined pig.
What is the Pokemon?
Yes, Player 1. Correct. Select again.
Key is here, yet to rate in. Animal Kingdom for 1,000.
The Hirola is also known as the four-eyed species of this African ungulate.
How do you get this right? Hirola. What is an antelope?
Let's hear it, Player 1.
What is antelope?
That's correct.
That up to $21,600.
Back to you.
All I have is the Costco Composers category. Deal with the Jeopardy round. Let's see what the $200 clue is. Costco Composers for 200.
In 1762, this 6-year-old and his sister performed for Empress Maria Theresa.
Who is Ludwig?
Okay,
Who
Player
is
1.
Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart?
Good. You get to pick again, Player 1.
Costco Composers for 400.
For several years, his friend Carl Amenda was one of the few people who knew about his increasing deafness.
Who is Ludwig von Beethoven?
Yes, Player 1.
Ludwig von Beethoven.
That is correct. Player 1, back to you for our next selection.
Costco Composers for $600.
During his lifetime, Johann Sebastian Bach was best known as a master of this instrument.
The piano.
Let's hear it, Player 1.
Organ or piano? Bach. B-A-C-H. I'll go with the organ. Yeah. What is the organ? Either that or the piano. What is organ?
Right.
This thing changed my mind.
You again, Player 1.
Costco Composers for 800.
He composed the Four Seasons in 1723.
Who is Vivaldi?
Player 1.
Antonio Vivaldi.
Yes.
Now,
Here's the $1,000 clue.
in Costco Composers.
On March 3rd, 1875, his Carmen premiered in Paris, and he was decorated with the French Legion of Honor.
Oh, man. Bizet. Who was Bizet? George Bizet.
It's Player 1.
George Easy.
Yes.
I finished the Jeopardy round with $24,600.
You're going first in the Double Jeopardy round when we return.
And players 22, TV Samuel each have no money.
Clues are worth $400 to $2,000 in these categories. The scintillating, $1,700. Foreign words and phrases. This side of Parasites. First names. The British invasion. And death of an author. Let's get back into this now. You have control of the board. She died on July 18th, 1817, after dealing with some pride and prejudice in her day.
Who's Jane Austen?
Player one. Good for you. Please pick again, player one.
Death of an author for 800.
On September 28, 1891, he died in New York City after a whale of a life.
Who is Herman Melville?
Yes,
the author
player
of
one.
Moby Dick.
That's correct. Player one, you pick again, please.
Death of an author for 1200.
No amount of electricity could reanimate her on February 1st, 1851.
Who is Mary Shelley, the author of
Okay,
Frankenstein,
player one.
or the Modern Prometheus?
Right. Please pick again, player one.
Death of an author for 1600.
After October 19, 1745, he would make no more modest proposals. It's player one.
John Dryden, John Simon. In October, John Script. Who is Jonathan Swift?
Right you are.
And now,
Choose again, player one.
Death of an author for 2000. If you get a little bit, Death of an author.
It was this author, not the wallpaper, who went on November 30th, 1900. Let's hear it, player one.
Walk trains and kings. And actually Oscar Wilde. Where's Oscar Wilde?
Right.
Alright, finish that round with finish that category with $30,600. Let's do first names for 400.
Wild Bill Hickok's real first name was James. This was Buffalo Bill Cody's. Okay, player one.
What is William?
Select
First
again.
names for 800.
Jennifer is a form of this other first name made famous by King Arthur's wife.
Who's Guinevere?
Yes, player one. Hey, you're right. You get to pick again, player one.
Pussies for 1,200.
This first name, like that of the guy who married Medea, is from a Greek word for healer. Player one?
Who's Jason? What is
You
Jason?
are correct. Player one, back to you for our next selection.
First names for 1,600.
This first name of Miss Marple's creator comes from a word that means good. Let's hear it, player one.
William Hector Dorothy, Miss Marple. What is Agatha?
Good. We return to you, player one.
First names for 2,000.
As a verb, this first name means to send mail free of charge. It's player one.
Frank Rusty. What is Frank?
That's it.
Yep. $36,600.
Player one, back to you.
Now I have Scintillating 1,700. Sport was the present society of parasites and the fish invasion to deal with. Let's do just like let's do British invasion for 400.
The first track on the Beatles' second album was a Chuck Berry song that told this composer to roll over.
Who was Beethoven?
Yes, player one. Right. You again, player one.
I was named with Hawks, so everything you heard is me turning on my AC. Let's do British invasion for 800.
Here's Kelly to start us off.
Brian Jones played the humble kazoo on this band's 1967 Between the Buttons album, though not on the hit Ruby Tuesday.
Between the buttons. The Rolling Stones.
It's player one.
Who are the Rolling Stones?
Player one, pick again.
British invasion for 1,200.
The Searchers told us that Madame Ruth had a pad down on 34th and Vine, where she sold this.
What is Love Potion number 9?
Okay, player one. Yes. Select again.
British invasion for 1,600.
This man's pacemakers included Leslie McGuire, John Chadwick, and Freddie Marsden.
Oh yes, L-I-E.
Player one.
V-S-L-I-E. John Chadwick. Jerry. Who's Jerry Collins then?
Yeah, that's right. Way to go. Player 1, back to you for our next selection.
Which division for 2000?
Reg Presley not only sang lead on this Trollocs hit, he played the ocarina as well. Let's hear it, Player 1.
What's Wild Thing?
You got it.
I'm up to $42,600.
Player 1.
Now I have left you the Scintillating 1700s, foreign words and phrases, and the side of Parasites. Let's do left to right, shall we? In other words, Scintillating 1700s, foreign words and phrases, and then the side of Parasites last. Scintillating 1700s for $400.
The future King George II lost his marbles over Henrietta Howard and gave her Marble Hill House on this river.
Marble Hill House. Where's the town?
Okay, Player 1.
Marble House. Marble Hill House. The Thames.
That is correct. We return to you, Player 1.
Daily double yet. We haven't counted any of the daily doubles yet. 3700, 300.
The famous one of these, Marie Camargo, is remembered for shortening her skirts to calf length.
M-A-R-I-E.
Yes, Player 1.
What's ballet? What is a ballerina?
Good. You get to pick again, Player 1.
Scintillating 1700s for 1200.
In 1752, suave seducer Sergei Saltykov spiced up the life of this future empress.
S-U-O-G-E-I.
Player 1.
What was it, Sergey? Let's say out. Who's Catherine? Who's Catherine the Great? the two daily double.
Answer. The first of the daily double. You are in the lead right now. Whatever your wishes.
Let's make this a true daily double.
Here is your daily double clue. Born into a family of actors, he was expelled from a seminary, big surprise, before finding fame as a lusty libertine.
Casanova? Casanova, the Marquis de Sade of Robespierre. With Casanova.
You have maintained your lead. Let's go.
Up to $90,000. So they take notice for 2,000.
Let's go over to Kelly.
An engraving of this 18th century French monarch, America's most powerful ally during the Revolution, hangs at Mount Vernon.
It's player one.
On to Louis. Louis XVII.
Good.
3 to 60. And now I'm up to
You again.
$92,000. Four words and phrases for 400.
Before a trip, it's proper to wish someone bon this, whether they're traveling by ship or not.
What is voyage?
Let's hear it, player one. Please.
So there's just one daily double left to find. Four words and phrases, 300, four words and phrases for 1200, four words and phrases for 1600, four words and phrases for 2000, or this side of Parasites for 400, this side of Parasites for 800, this side of Parasites for 1200, this side of Parasites for 1500, this side of Parasites for 2000. Words and phrases for 800.
In many places of business, no zapatos, no service. Zapatos being Spanish for these.
What are shoes?
It's player one. Correct. Player one, back to you.
Four words and phrases for 1200.
Italian for to the tooth. It's how to order your pasta if you want it a little firm.
What is al dente?
Player one. Choose again, player one.
Four words and phrases for 1600.
Seize the day, I tell you, but do it with this Latin phrase. Let's hear it, player one.
What is carpe diem?
Yep. You get to pick again, player one.
If they don't got in four words and phrases for 2000, that means it must be in this category. Four words and phrases for 2000.
Here's Kelly from our Clue Crew with the clue.
Locomotives with a 282 wheel configuration are called this type, an old name for the Emperor of Japan.
Yes, player one.
What is Mikado?
Yes.
Because that is up to
Player
$98,000
please.
for the side parasites for 400.
When a tiny parasite enters an oyster's shell, mantle cells cover it with nacre until this is formed. Okay.
What's a
player one.
pearl?
That's correct. We return to you, player one.
There's one daily double left to find. I know it's in this side of parasites. I have one more shot of finding it. This side of parasites for 800, this side of parasites for 1200, this side of parasites for 1600, this side of parasites for 2000. Let's do it. This side of parasites for 800. The daily double is there.
This plant
No.
grows as a parasite on apple tree trunks. Blooms in February and March.
Where's three
Yet
shots?
still is a factor in Christmas kisses.
What is mistletoe?
Yes, player one. Good for you.
I'm $800 off.
Player one,
From
back to you for our next selection.
what a three shot. This side of parasites for 1200.
PSI is a charity delivering nets to fight this parasite-caused disease that kills 3,000 African children a day. Let's hear it, player one.
Now this one I always forget. is malaria?
That's it. Layer 1. Pick again.
I was at pitch shot point and the final daily double. Either this had Parasites 1600 or this had Parasites for 2000. Let's see, this had Parasites 1600. And there it is!
Second daily double.
$400!
Okay, going to wager. Player 1. Sorry, you must wager at least $5.
Having fun to win $200,800 or nothing.
Here is your clue. You can bend this soft ductless organ that fights infection with parasite detection.
Vent soft ductless organ. Vent. What is the spleen?
Congratulations, you're still in first, Player 1. And the last clue for $2,000. Mostly related to meningitis, this inflammation of the brain can result from viral infections or tiny parasites.
What is encephalitis?
It's Player 1. That piece.
And with that, I entered the fight to go $22,800.
Player 1. We'll be moving on to Final Jeopardy.
$22,800.
We've got the Final Jeopardy round here for you, and today it features this category. Word history.
Word history, not world.
You need to select your wager.
I'm up to $202,800. Now if I get this right. $202,800. Times 2 plus 4792 0. I'll crack 5 million. Let's do it.
Each direction on the plus control pad represents a different response. Press a direction to select an answer. And the last clue? This term for a deadly substance may derive from the name of a love goddess.
At least Venus virus. I'm gonna say, what is a virus? Locked in.
What did you put as your response?
What is virus?
And that would set you back.
Ooh. Everything.
Here's what we wanted.
Venom. Venus, Venom.
Sorry, players, but no one has a positive score. Sorry. Good game. Thank you so much for playing.
And thus, instead of being 5 million, I have a 60 game winnings total. The only way my run will end is if I don't make it to Final Jeopardy. That's the only way my run will end. If I play by myself, I will continue my run, even if I make a incorrect response on Final Jeopardy. My run will truly end if someone beats me in Final Jeopardy. If they beat me in Final Jeopardy, then heck. But I'll officially end my run of Jeopardy for the week. But for now, I have a 60-game free throw of exactly the same thing. For $4,782,000. See you for game 17. Well, that was the first time I ever got a Final Jeopardy clue wrong. So because of that, that's my rule. That's going to be my rule. Even if I get a Final Jeopardy clue wrong and I'm going to run Final Jeopardy, that'll be till I run. If I get a Final Jeopardy clue wrong and I have at least a computer player in Final Jeopardy with me, then the computer gets a clue right, then my run will end. If I don't make it to Final Jeopardy, because of a negative score, my run will end. So that's it for game 16 of my run of Jeopardy for the week. Next up will be my run of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader Back to School edition. And I'm only going to do 4 games today. That's one of them. My next 3 games will be Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader Back to School edition, Who Wants to Be Millionaire, and Jeopardy for the Wii U. That is all. I'll see you next time. For now, this is Too Bad Nighttime Time signing off. Our Jeopardy trivia. I was seen in the future to Matthew and Emily. Yep. That was the first. First I ever got a Final Jeopardy clue wrong. That's me, I lost everything. And that's it.